Hey guys, so for this video I'll be showing my collection that I have for IU. IU is actually one of my favorite solo K-pop artists of all time. I've been a fan of her since such a long time. I will explain it as I show each specific things, and then I'll also talk about some albums that I'm missing and then collection plans for IU, etc. So let's get started. So the first thing that I have from IU is her first mini album, her debut, Lost and Found, and it's just definitely a huge difference between how she started to how she is now. But it was her debut song is just a depressing ballad. You know, I know she sings ballads all the time, but just the concept of this whole thing was very depressing. So Loan was just kind of strange with that, especially because she was so young at the time. The next, I don't know if this is in chronological order. Hopefully I'm right. Then I have IU's first full-length album, which has the song Boo as the title track. And again, it keeps this really simple packaging. Obviously, IU was not a huge star at this time, so they did what they had a budget with whatever they were doing with her. But still very good album. I think this features, let me see, some songs that are in her first mini album, so that's something that you can look into if you're planning to get this album. Then her second mini album, which has the song Marshmallow. I actually really like this album. And this is just that more of that IU sound when she started being a little bit more cute, and you can see more of a personality from her, especially because she was so young as well. So this fits. Starting with Boo, it just fit her a lot more. Then IU had her iconic and just boom as an artist with her third mini album, Real. And if you're not familiar, well, this is the album that has Good Day, which basically made IU into a star. And I was actually a fan before Good Day, so I feel like because back then, if kind of like, I guess, like a K-pop history, if you're not familiar with IU or you weren't a K-pop fan back then, I used to cover a lot of K-pop groups before she became like huge. So it's just really funny how like all the time I used to like watch those videos and articles. I always used to comment like, oh, I wish her like one day that she could blow up. And you know, that same year where I really got into K-pop is the year that IU really blew up at the end of the year. Because I got really into K-pop in 2010, early 2010, and then as the year was ending, IU had this comeback, and then she did like Dream High, and I was just obsessed with that drama. But this is a really good mini album. It's really Christmas like. Then she had an album called Real Plus, which I've been meaning to get as well for the longest time, but I haven't yet to buying it. I haven't gotten to buying it yet, and I really want to get it because that's one of the main reasons why I made this video, so I can hold myself accountable for not having some of the things from IU that it's just stupid not to have. And then I have IU's second full-length album, Last Fantasy. In my opinion, is her best full-length album. It's just pure perfection. This is the special edition, as well as this one. This is a special edition of Real. So they're difficult to find and they're really expensive, but it's such a K-pop classic. I had to get the special edition. I had a couple copies of the regular edition. But this is just something I was meaning to get for a long time. I got it last year. But this album is just flawless. I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's like the best selling K-pop album digitally. It holds the highest selling K-pop song in Korea, You and I. That's like the highest selling K-pop song. So this album is legendary in the K-pop world. And then she had a single, which was like 20 years old or something. It's something called like that, which I really, really want to get as well. All the 3 songs that are in that single are extremely good. Then she came out with Modern Times. Again, I have the special edition of the first release for it, because there's a repackage for this. But this it comes with 12 tracks and 13 tracks and a DVD. So and then it comes with some extra stuff like extra photo book, photographs, etc. If you want an unboxing for this, you can comment down below. But there's a bunch of unboxings for it. But I actually got this on sale, so I'm really happy that I have it. And like I said previously, she released a repackage for this, which has the title track called Friday. But this album is very different to what she did previously. It's just really jazz based, and I don't know, it just has this really vintage feel to it. And I really like it. It fits her voice so well. And she has a collab with Kain, and Kain is like one of my ultimate biases. And then last but not least, I have her last mini album as of now. She just released a full-length album, which I will be getting. But right now, this is the last thing that I have from her, which is her mini album Chatshire. And it had some controversy to it, but actually just this mini album is actually almost even like a full-length album, because it has 9 songs and all the songs are really good. I love this concept. It's my favorite. I don't know, it's my favorite era from I can't, it's just difficult to pick a favorite era from IU because they're all so good. So I'm not even gonna say it's my favorite era, but I really enjoyed this, even though it has some controversy with the song JJ. But yeah, so there's no like special edition for this, so that's I guess upsetting for if you're like a hardcore IU fan. I would say get this because it comes with the 2 extra songs, Mountain and 23, which are like songs that she previously released. If she would have included Leon into this, because it was like the same year she released that song, it would have been like just a full-length album. But I think they didn't let her include it because that was just part of the Infinity Challenge soundtrack that they do every year. So that's the last thing that I have from IU. There are a lot of things. Again, I was just kind of reviewing of like my plans for IU. I want to get her her single album for the 20-something years old, the single for Rio Plus, and then maybe get her Japanese mini albums, which are like original Japanese songs. And get her like a cover album, which she does like remakes of older Korean songs, and obviously Palette, which I'm planning to buy by the end of the year. So that's it for my collection for IU. If you have any other questions, comment down below. If you're curious about any other groups that I collect, I've posted a majority of my collection on my channel. I've been trying to upload as fast as possible so I can just finish with the whole collection series. And obviously IU was one of the artists that I haven't uploaded a video for. So I collect both girl groups and boy groups and solo artists. So if you're curious about that, you can check those out if you want to. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.